Hello there, kia ora. It's tax change day, in case you missed the news. This is the cornerstone policy from the National Party, so naturally they're crowing about it. And to be fair, re-indexing income tax thresholds is something that probably needed to be done as average wages have increased steadily over the last number of years. But the National Party are out there pushing this like the MCU pushing the return of Robert Downey Jr. They've claimed that this is part of their battle against the cost of living crisis, and like their claims, like the one that they brought down inflation, there's a lot of moving parts to this which show it's not as simple as the sound bites would have you believe. For a start, there's a lot of elements in play as to the amount someone will get beyond their annual income, like how many kids they have and the ages of those kids, or how many earners are in their household. Susan St. John from the University of Auckland pointed out to Radio New Zealand that only 5.4% of all earners in the country are going to get the full benefits of these tax cuts. But 130,000 households will get nothing, and 8,000 people are actually going to be slightly worse off. And that number is exacerbated for anyone who might have lost their job, for example, due to the economic downturn that the government has driven us into. In fact, those who'll see the least impact are those on the lower income bands, like pensioners who saw just a $2.40 increase in their pensions in this year's budget. Now, for a single person who's working on minimum wage for 40 hours a week, they'll be better off by $12.50 a week. The below rate of inflation increase to minimum wage this year of 45 cents saw them get an extra $18 a week, which means that these people will be better off by $30.50 a week compared to last year. But if Labour had won, for example, and went with the suggestion from MBIE, which they've done the last couple of minimum wage increases, well, they'd be better off by $36 a week before any tax bracket re-indexing. But since this government was elected, we've seen increases in average rents of about 5%, a tripling of interest rates, a 20% increase in the cost of insurance, variable rates increases of between 9 and 21% depending on where in the country you are, increases in the cost of things like power, fuel, car registrations, public transport, and food. We've also seen budget cuts impact our core services like hospitals and the health sector, police, road safety, ferry infrastructure, customs, and then there's funding issues for organisations like Whaikaha, mental health services, school lunches, climate response funds, Kāinga Ora, digital safety teams at Internal Affairs, sexual violence prevention at ACC, and Oranga Tamariki, children's safety team. So more people will struggle, especially those on low incomes. The extra pocket money won't have a discernible impact on their quality of life directly, and indirectly the cost of the cuts is not only detrimental to the fabric of society, the lives of New Zealanders, and inflationary because the government had to borrow more than 5 of the last 6 Labour budgets. It's also the government can justify other measures, like putting aside millions for the tobacco industry while reducing child poverty targets. I guess showing us exactly what their real priorities are. But hey, you might get $12.50 extra a week from all of this.